Acura recently launched its second-generation RDX CUV, and it upholds Honda's trademark fit and finish expertise while infusing it with an upscale sportiness that hasn't been seen in many CUVs. Tom will take you through it.
So I'm starting this tour in the RDX here in the back seat because it's quite comfortable for someone of my size. I've got good headroom here. I've got decent headroom in the back, right in the center position as well, as you can see on the screen there. And this side is good as well. And then I'm going to go into the front seat and talk about fit and finish, which is just wonderful in this vehicle. Everything fits exactly as it's supposed to. Something that we watch here very closely on a lot of these vehicles is the joint on the A-pillar, where the trim for the A-pillar meets up with the headliner. And this is just spot on. It's just right. You look at the passenger side, you look at the driver's side, it's the same. And then I run my finger along this edge right here, and man, that is, you're not going to find an edge that clean very often. So very well done. And again, here in this vehicle, fairly dark interior, but it's broken up by this nice metallic trim here right across the center stack. And as we talked about branding interiors, Honda and Acura is, they're doing a lot of this as well. You're getting familiar with some of these controls in the Acuras and the Hondas. But yeah, great motion here on the door moves exactly as you want it to. The whole experience is just right. And then also, as we were talking about in the Avalon, you're seeing kind of that three-dimensional effect here on this door trim, and also you see it on the passenger side door trim, where it's almost like a three-dimensional. This piece of trim kind of rises away from it. And then in terms of stitching, as we talked about stitching, in this particular case, it's all dark. The stitching is also dark. Instead of having contrast stitching, it's it's all dark. So it's very well managed. Great interior by Acura. And back to you, Drew.
Here to accept the award for the RDX is Robert Ray, Manager of Interior Design at Honda R&D Americas.
Thanks, Ward. On behalf of Acura and all of our associates, both here in the U.S. and in Japan, we appreciate the recognition of a 10 Best Award this year. Unfortunately, the team is not able to be here as they're off on the next project. The lead project engineer was Ichiro Sasaki, and the stylist was Yuichi Yamazaki. Both friends of mine. We've worked closely together, great guys. But they wanted to have me let you guys know that the concept is high contrast performer. So contrast seems to be something that we're talking a lot about today. Wide open, personal feeling. The color scheme, we tried to do dark upper and a tan lower in most of the cars that we put out there. And of course, very compact and advanced user interface. We especially liked the comment. They laughed about the editor that said the glove box was large enough to fit a pug in it. So they suggested that we do not do that in your car, please. But it gave us something to think about for the future. So in addition to the functionality, the RDX is built in Ohio from the same employees that are going to be building our NSX pretty soon in the newly announced Performance Manufacturing Center in Marysville, Ohio. So again, from all of us at Acura, we are pleased and honored that the RDX was considered this year. Thanks.